Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you're watching it. How are you? I'm very well, thank you for asking. So, yesterday, squats, absolutely terrible, but it's not going to be like that today. Today's going to be great. So I slept for 12 and a half hours, which I can't remember the last time I did that. So that's pretty cool. So I got loads and loads of rest. It's also about 11 o'clock, at quarter past 11 now. So I've had time to eat, be hydrated. I've cleared all the work I need to do for today, which is a brilliant feeling. And it's Rachel's birthday today, so she's just doing some stuff for the family now. And then we'll pick up some food or something. Nice chilled out day. But first, I need to bench. So, like I said before, I'm starting to do like some curls and some flies at the beginning of these sessions, making sure everything is warm. But I've got actual sets of curls later on in this session, so I'm not going to push these ones too much. Literally just using this as like a warm-up. My pecs feel okay. Still a little bit of DOMs from earlier on in the week. Wasn't anything crazy though, was it? It was that incline session. Now, the plan is, I think 130 something for some bench reps today, but I'm going to start off. I'm obviously going to warm up, but given yesterday and given that I still don't think I'm fully recovered, I'm probably going to just start off a fair bit later. I'll see how that is. It's better to start a training block too light than too heavy. Like there, I can feel that both pecs, slightly more in the right one. Yeah, that feels okay. I mean, we'll see what the actual bench weights feel like when I get to them. It's the shortest session of the week today. I also need to do the underhand, I think it was underhand pull downs. I need to do them from yesterday because I skipped them. My hamstring, the one that was giving me grief, it actually feels okay. It doesn't feel any worse than it did yesterday. So I think it's just a bit of a pull and it just needs more time. So I'm going to avoid doing heavy deadlifts on it and probably avoid deadlifts completely. Well, say avoid, like I won't deadlift anything with a substantial load. And then I'll probably do like some glute work or something instead as an accessory. The squats seem to be fine, which is obviously good, apart from just being, generally weak. So, best get cracking, aren't we? This is the second or third time through this. Just forgot to press the button. So I need to get the bench set up. Of course, the bench needs to be the right way. Need the head end at the head. I need the head end at the head end because it'll be wrong otherwise. And then the safeties. Safety is important, remember kids. Don't end up injuring yourself. And then just talk you through exactly how to do every single little thing as I go. Or just keep going through it as normal. Yesterday as well, so I did that session in the morning and then I had a look back through some of the footage of me basically having a wine. And it's not a version of myself that I particularly like. So it's good that I've got the record of it, so I know what not to do in the future, because that is not the kind of attitude that I need to have moving forwards to get to where I want to be, not just in training and in the gym, but like in life in general. Let's call it a moment of weakness. So, bench, moment of truth. See how everything is. I did actually think, I have a few times thought about doing a proper close grip bench, but when you close grip bench, your pecs actually move further, which sounds counterintuitive, but I promise you it's true. Because your humerus will move more. So I'll show you, for example, if I bench here with a close grip, see how much further down my elbow is. So my pec is even further stretched. Even if I'm in this position here, the pec is still stretched further, whereas out here, it's not as stretched. So with a closer grip, it will cause your pec to glide further, but there just won't be as much actual stimulus on the muscle as you do it, because although your pec is moving more, it's not in a position where there's a lot of tension. I don't know if that will have made any sense without being able to see it properly. I'm not sure if the camera will be picking this up or not. I'll come and have a look. Also, did actually used to do a rail squat. Try 60, see how that feels. Providing everything is fine with the pec, I'll keep going up. The plan is 3 by 3. So it's not like it's loads of reps to do. And again, it should be like RP 7 to 8 stuff. So it shouldn't be anything insane. So we'll start with 60 and see how that is. I'm not sure what kind of jumps we'll make today. I know normally I'd go 100, but let's see. I can feel it in my pecs, plural. It's not painful, it is DOMSy. So what I'm going to do instead, I'm not going to go to my usual 100 kilos. Generally, I said about this yesterday, you're looking at like 80%-ish of where you're using all of the muscle. So instead, today, I'm going to take small jumps and just make sure everything's okay as I go up. So rather than doing singles up towards the work sets, I'm going to just do these as if they are work sets. And I'll just keep doing the triples until either it starts to feel like RP 7 to 8, or if it gets uncomfortable, or if it goes beyond DOMs and into pain, because I don't want to prolong this as well. I need to make sure that I get healthy as possible, as quickly as possible. If you would like to know what's in today's pre-workout, I had a sachet of Diorolite. That's it. Super exciting. It's freezing at the minute, so it was snowing outside this morning, and the car was frozen over. So it's fairly chilly in here. It's nowhere near as bad as it sometimes gets because you can't see me breathing yet. But much longer warm up than usual to actively get warm, you know? Right. Still feels okay, nothing too crazy. One downside when it's cold, there's loads of downsides when it's cold. When it's cold and benching, I always find with the layers, it feels like I'm slipping on the bench a bit more. So like wearing the jumper, feels like there's no friction between this and the bench, which is not ideal. I'm going to make a smaller jump this time and see how this goes. Because like I said before, it's not just about like what happens in the next week or 2 weeks or the next month or whatever. I'm now looking towards bigger goals. So the next big goal is 700, and then reassess, decide if this is something I actually do want to keep going, because although I love strength training, powerlifting is just one sub niche of it. Yesterday with the front squats, it did make me think about weightlifting. I think my best clean and jerk's 140, my best snatch is 100, so they're both cool. Couldn't do either of them now. I don't have the mobility and the technique will be completely out of whack, but it might be cool to bump them up a little bit. I've clearly got the leg strength for it, but it's all the other aspects of it that'll be the things to sort out. So we'll go 90 for 3, providing everything's fine. The other thing as well is I'm not moving this at full force like I would normally. Again, I'm training with caution rather than training for maximum expression of power today. Feels okay still. We'll go up again, providing, yeah, we'll go up again. I'm still kind of holding back a little bit with the power. I think I probably, I won't put full force in today, because I'll be benching again in 2 days time. So I'll just look at this as a stepping stone for that next session. And instead of looking at this as week 1 of training block, I'm changing my mindset about it to be week 1 of recovery, because recovery from illness and recovery from competition instead. I think that mindset shift, it'll help me personally anyway, because then it shifts the goalposts of what the session's actually about. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go dilute this with some water so it'll last longer through the session rather than just having plain water. Don't mind water, but like something with a little taste in sometimes, you know? As I threw that, I was like, oh, did I fasten the lid? I thought I was just going to spray everywhere. That would have been embarrassing. I found some orange cordial, so I downed what I had and then used cordial instead. I didn't think the blackcurrant flavour diorite would mix too well with it. Right then. Why am I getting nervous? It's 95 kilos? This isn't even a real weight to bench. Oh, good. So like, yeah, still feels good. So, recovery session. recovery session just to get back to norm. I feel so much better today, to be honest. Like just how I've been. I was about to like go, listen, but no one wants to hear that. But I can hear it in my own voice. I don't sound as bunged up. And when I'm bending over, my sinuses are not uncomfortable anymore. Doesn't feel like my brain is rattling around. So in hindsight, I think it was just being unwell. That's super helpful to know. I'm going on about it a lot, aren't I? Let's see, what else is going on? See if there's anything from the Telegram chat that anybody wants me to answer. So on Telegram, I've got 4 main groups. So I've got my athletes group, I've got my app users group, because not all of so that's more like for support with the app specifically. There's the athletes group, that's like the VIP group, if you like, the people that I'm coaching. The app group, which is anything to do with the app support and stuff like that. And then I've got, it's just called Get Strong, Feel Awesome with Adam. And this is the free group. So within it, we've got 5 different like topics. So one is technique reviews, one is general chat, one is Q&As, one is the live videos and recordings. Do that roughly once a month in the free group. And then the final one is the start here. So basically, so when people join, they can look at the stat here, like, oh, okay, this is how the different things work. So what I do is I go through that free group a couple of times a week, or when I'm in the gym, and answer the questions on these videos, and then so I can send these to the guys in the group and girls, and then do live Q&A and technique reviews roughly once a month of each. And I do the full technique reviews. I'll pick someone so people share their technique, and then I give them some kind of feedback and stuff. So then with my app users, I do the same thing, but much more often. And it's obviously helping them with different training phases and writing the right blocks for different people at different stages. So although it's an app and you can choose from the library as we go through over time. So basically the less people that are using it, the more customized what they're getting is, because I'm writing their training blocks as we're going through time. So they're effectively getting coaching, but for the price of the app, which is very cheap, which is awesome. And then in my athletes group, I go through that every day. So we have technique reviews every day, Q&As every day. We've got loads of different threads, loads of different stuff that's going on. All of the live videos and stuff like that at the minute are on pause this month because of all the external stuff, which I'm not going to go into all the details of, but like practically, so some stuff I can tell you. For example, the gym this month, December, is the busiest month by far, so much time just ends up going into that. Another thing is moving house. I did not realise just how much stuff there is involved in moving house. It's not even the process of moving from A to B, it's all the other little admin-y, bitty tasks. And it's not stuff I can get someone else to do for me, because I'm the person that pays the bills and does this and does this. And like, you end up speaking to someone on the phone for 87 minutes about nonsense. And then there's other bits and pieces as well. So we've got a pause on some of that stuff. And then I said there were 4, didn't I? And then the 4th one is 14 strong. But I'm not running that again now for a while. So that's effectively free coaching. I do it for up to like 100, 150 people for 2 weeks. But I just don't have the time to do it right now. So I'll maybe do it again sometime in early next year. We'll see how everything else gets on. Something else I'm really excited about, which I'll share with you in a second. I'm aware I just need to do my next set. See, this is the problem, right? You guys start talking to me, and then I'll just talk about nonsense forever, and then I'll never get anything done. No, this is just me to myself. You imagine if there was another person here? I'd be here for 4 hours and not lift a single thing. Right, 3 reps. Cool. That still felt fine. That's really nice. I'm really, really happy about that. So, the awesome thing. Right. So, at the minute, if someone wants to work with me, they basically have 2 main choices. One is essentially mentoring, and that's not really applicable for many people. But that's teaching like the extra physiology and anatomy and biochemistry and all the all the back end stuff, and helping them with basically teaching them how to teach when it comes to just getting strong, training, nutrition, sleep, recovery, mindset, health, all that good stuff. The other option is, we start off with a program called Basics But Better. Now within that, we'll go through each of the different elements. As it stands at the minute, this is the initial 6 weeks. So it takes 7 weeks, first week with testing and stuff. You get within that your own program and coaching and everything else. But the whole idea is over that time, we cover the basics of the basic stuff to make sure you're optimizing them for you. And then after that, we go on to just monthly coaching. People can carry on that for as long as they want. The downside is I don't have that many spaces for that because people don't want to leave because they're making such great progress, so why would they? But the next thing, so because I'm getting busier with that, which is brilliant, like I say, the quality needs to stay high. So what I'm doing is Basics But Better. I'm completely changing the structure of that. So instead of it being 6 weeks just aimed at the athlete, it's going to be 12 weeks. In that 12 weeks time, there's going to be a full curriculum. So you can use that or not use that if you want. The quality of it is going to be better than the quality of some of the stuff you'll get at university because it's all aimed at strength and getting as strong as possible. I'm going to go through all the different training styles, the different training phases, what are most useful, how to apply all the different things. To be honest, even if you don't want to work with me as an athlete, like other coaches that are doing strength stuff, you should do this course. So I'm in the process of building it, and I'm biased obviously because I'm the one that's building it, but I haven't seen anything that's anything like this. Like, it's going to be fantastic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have that up and running sometime in the next couple of months. The first launch of it, a relaunch of it, I guess, because it's a different program. I'm going to have it for like a significantly reduced price so that I can get people to give me their feedback along the way, so I can make sure it's got everything they want. It's going to be, it's going to be brilliant. I can't articulate right now just how good it is without going into all the details, but I don't want to share all the details until it's ready. And then within that, I'm going to include the time of the course coaching with me as well for free. So you cover all that stuff. It's gonna be, I want to say like a game changer, but like if you're into strength sports and stuff, yeah, I genuinely think it will be. Specifically aiming to get better at squat, bench, deadlift, general strength, it's going to be fantastic for. So it's not aimed, so for example, it is not aimed at strongman, because strongman is not a thing I am an expert at. I don't know what I'm doing with these weights. I'm going to go up to 105. It's not aimed at strongman, but it is aimed at just being strong, as strong as possible. Because when you add in strongman, then you start to get too many different elements as well, and there's too many other moving pieces, and that's not my thing. And I only want to do my thing because I know it's the best quality of that thing that I can do and that I think that there is out there. So that's going to be awesome when that's up and running. So I'll be able to help more people, but not just help people. The people that go through this, they then will be able to help more people better, and then more people will get better as a consequence. And like, yeah, it'd be brilliant. So then, once someone's gone through that, they then, if they want to, can either just keep using my software and app and stuff, or they can go into normal coaching with me if they want to, or they have all this and they should be able to do it themselves. They shouldn't need it. Now, obviously, there's other value to a coach, like there's the accountability, the support, or the clarity, like the specific identifying of weaknesses and stuff. But like, you will know exactly how to identify specific weaknesses, not just of the movement, but of the trait, of the person, of the personality type, of the neurology type. Like, it's going to be fairly comprehensive, even down. I should stop talking. So even down to, there's some tests you can do, so you can look at the thickness of different tendons, and that will give you an idea of someone's natural proclivity towards how they should train. I realise that sounds a bit out there, but there is research on it, and there's loads of data on it when you actually start looking into it. It's a whole, like, it's like Pandora's box when you start to go into it. So I'm putting it together in such a way that it will make it simple to understand. It will take a complex system and make it simple to understand of the things that are understood by the scientific literature on a whole, and then I'm going to put with that the extra anecdotal and the logical, theoretical implications of the other stuff as well, because there's some stuff that doesn't have actual research backing it, but theoretically it would do stuff. So you take the theoretical stuff, then you look at the results with actual people that have used it, put them together, and this will all be outlined, and everything will be either, this is one, look, here's the research there, this is the mechanism that I think this does this, here's why, here's the evidence of why, and the whole idea is that it will learn and evolve over time. Right, honest, no more talk of this. Bench, back to bench. So, are we on 100 now, I think? 3 reps, concentrate on this. Cool. Just on the very third rep, I felt like this one felt like smidge uneven. So I'm going to call it there for the benching. So what did I end at? Oh, that's 105. That's not bad. I'm not too displeased with that as a starting point. So in a couple of days' time, I'll be benching again. So I'll be going heavier than that, hopefully. Right, next exercise, seated row. I don't have a seated row machine here, so what I will do is I'll use the cables and I'll do it as a bit of like a flexion row, just so I can make it a bit harder. So I need to move over there, so I'll pause you guys whilst I go get set up. It's supposed to be seated row. I have an idea in my mind of what I would like to do, how I would like to do it. So we'll give it a go and see. This will be a good thing actually of when we do move. I'll be closer to another gym that's like a bodybuilding gym, so I can go and do my accessories there if I need to. So this is on 20. We start here. So if we do it as a bit of like a flexion row there, so there's lots of movement. I think I'll do this with a bit more speed. That was decent. Feels like I can definitely feel my lats as I'm doing it. I think I probably will go up in load. It's supposed to, again, it's broad like yesterday with 8 to 15 reps. Not yesterday, the day before, whenever. Sets of 8 to 15 reps. But although saying that, I already feel like I've got a pump in my back from just one set. I'll just go at one plate on this. The problem will be if I just go super heavy, then I'm going to run out of weight on the stack. So we won't do that yet. I was going to give you some reason as to why I moved the camera, but to be honest, I just wanted to see my back when I was doing it. See what it actually looks like. So that means I can take this off. Also, I'm actually feeling warm now. Let's see how this goes. Probably don't need this tucked in. Right then, let's get cracking. That felt right. That felt miles better. I feel like I'm gonna have a look at this. My back feels like it's like just doubled in size from doing that. It's only 3 sets to do, so just one more of these, and then move on. It's a nice and short session today. It's amazing the difference of just not feeling terrible makes. Right, I'm gonna pee, and then we'll do this last set. Okay, next and last set. To be honest, I haven't actually been counting the reps. I'll have a look back on the video and see how many I've done. When I say I haven't been counting, like I have a rough idea in my head. I'm just going until it feels like I could probably do what I've been going till it feels like I could probably do one more, because then I know that in reality I could probably do 2 or 3 more. And like I said before, my back tends to respond really well from training, so don't need to do too much. And remember, it's not week 1 of the training block, it's week 1 of the recovery. I enjoyed that. That was a good one. I think it might be Cal's next. Need to double check. But that felt good. Yeah, my back feels like these big slabs of lats. Just like underneath right now. Um, biceps of choice, face pulls, and I have those underhand pull downs to do from yesterday. I will do the biceps first, and then the pull downs, and then the face pulls. Yeah. Or should I do the? No, I'll do the pull downs first, with it being a bigger muscle group. The weight on this is not going to be enough to do pull downs with, and the plan is underhand. So my rationale is I'm already working my back, so if I go to another back movement, I can use less weight to get stimulus because I've already started to stimulate it. And if I do too much bicep stuff, that will interfere with the back stuff, whereas the back stuff isn't going to significantly impact the bicep stuff. So I'll have a think and I'll see what I'll do for the pull downs. So I just tried doing chin-ups and I don't actually have the range of motion to do decent reps with chin-ups to do as like underhand pull downs. So instead, I'm going to do them on the rings. Only problem is I can't reach. Should I do it face forwards or face the other way? Yeah, I can't reach. I can't do it. So underhand. Nope. So that irritated my elbow. Maybe I will just go on the cable and do that, even if it's not heavy, and just go right at the top of the range, and then I can always slow it down if I need to. That might be a better choice, instead of knackering something. Okay, so I'm gonna go cable. So if I put it on the stack, and then if I just do one side at a time, see how this feels. I don't think that's going to be heavy enough. I'll try. We'll try it and see. Nah, that's definitely not heavy enough. What I could do is, if I connect both sides together, then it should be more weight, shouldn't it? Because of the way the pulley mechanism works. So both of them together, then in theory, this will be a higher load, of which then it should hopefully be heavy enough, especially if I do it single arm. So I'll reduce that a bit and see how that is. Start on dodgy side. Well, that's heavier. That's better. So underhand. That's actually perfect. So when doing single side stuff, unless it says otherwise, I would just treat it as 2 sets. Take my time between it until I'm ready to do the other one. Obviously this doesn't take too long. I wonder if I can reach that. Just. There we go. Right. was good. Great weight. So I've got that on 12, both handles on one. Just need to do 2 more sets of that and then I can move on. I enjoyed that. It was really good. Just have a couple of minutes rest. Where's my drink? Have you seen my drink? Where did I last put it down? So the good news is, found my drink, so thanks for that. The bad news is, I forgot to hit, well, I say I forgot, I just didn't hit record when I came back and did the next couple sets. So I've done a couple more sets of pull downs. I don't actually know how much talking I missed out on, you've missed out on. And I've done 3 sets of face pulls as well. So now what I've got left is biceps of my choice. 3 sets, again 3 sets of 8. It's very specific this time. 3 sets of 8, so I'll be going fairly, I say heavy for me on these. And that'll be it for today. So let's go pick some dumbbells, and then we'll try and get bigger biceps. I'm going to go with dumbbells. I'm going to go with sets of 8. I just did 8 reps with the 6s. I'm going to go crazy here. I'm going to use 12s, 12.5s. So you'll be able to tell me, is my technique good? Is it bad? Do I need to change it? We can go from there. So this is how I'm going to do these ones. Oh, that was tough. If I'd have got more relaxed on the form, I could have done more, but trying to do it with that same technique. So what I think I'm doing, I could be wrong. So you've just seen me do them. What I think I'm doing is I think I'm in this position here. So my back's supported, so I can't swing. I think I'm starting with my arms stretched here in front of my body. And I think as I come up, my elbow's not moving backwards. It's either staying still or moving forwards and then coming back down. And a slight rotation at the bottom there. I don't know if you can see that rotation there. Just elongating the bicep ever so slightly, like the tiniest little bit there. So then peak contraction down to that last little bit. That's what I think I'm doing. I think I'm going up at a fairly quick tempo and going down at, like, I wouldn't call it any specific eccentric, but I think I'm doing it slow and controlled. Controlled enough, I definitely felt it in my biceps. My biceps actually feel pumped, like a little bit pumped from that one set. So I'm gonna just clear these weights away and have a think for the next set. I don't think I can keep, well, to be fair, if I rest a bit longer then it'll be fine. But I don't think I can keep the same standard for multiple sets of 8. So this time, what I'm going to do is I've got the 12.5s, and I'm going to grab the 10s as well. And I'm going to do the reps with the 12.5 to close to that RP 8 if I can. And then after that, I'll go to the 10s to finish off the reps. Because honestly, my arms already feel like they don't want to straighten. I realise they don't look like much because they haven't had a lot of attention. As you know, if you watch the videos leading up to the competition, stop training them so much. They will temporarily look smaller, whatever. Also covered in body fat, but with losing a bit of this now, it should help. I mean, it's only been, I'm on day 4, so we've had 3 days, so there's no real change yet. I make an effort when I'm in a fat loss phase to not look at myself in the mirror too much, because then you'll never see the changes. So I try, and clearly from my face you can see I don't look at myself in the mirror very much, but I try not to like check to see if I've got abs or whatnot. So then sometimes you just seem like, I actually have got leaner, so that's helpful. Anywho, let's go. That was unpleasant, but in a good way, like in an enjoyable, that's definitely causes some stimulation kind of way. Yeah, I don't know if they could get more pumps than they are now. I mean, that's pretty cool if that's the case, just 2 sets, but the program does say 3, so I will do 3. I mean, for your biceps, you can probably hit like 20-30 sets a week if you spread them out over your sessions and they were the priority focus. But in any one single session, you want to make sure they're high quality sets. Now, I don't know how they looked, but they felt quality. Like I could feel my whole bicep from right here at the bottom all the way up to the top. I could feel it getting weaker as I went, but also swelling up, which is good. With training your biceps, there are slightly different ranges of motion because your bicep does a slightly different functions. Nothing crazy, but for now I'm starting with simple, just normal curls. I'll run these because they're not bothering my elbow at all. Practically, I've got the weights. I will potentially either add a different variation or whatever. Say I get up to doing 6 sets of biceps or something in a session. I would maybe do three sets of curls, and then maybe for the last 3, I might go on to something in like a more stretched position, like an incline curl or something like that. Or I might do something in a shortened position, like a spider curl. Like it's going to vary over time. And although I do want bigger biceps, it's not the main focus, as you know. It's not like this is new. I mean, the whole thing, the video is called 700, and then whatever day we're on of me trying to get towards 700. So it'll be 700 day something about this session, and then mini cut day, whatever day it is. Day 4, mini cut day 4. So that when I look back, I can be like, remember that time when I was really small and weak? It's because I was doing a mini cut for 4 weeks, so my strength temporarily went down. Like, who would have thought that's what would have happened? To future me, I would have thought that's what would have happened. So that last one, I think I did 6 and 2. So I'm going to try and see if I can do the same again. I'm going to move the camera to the other side. So you might or you might not be able to see the difference between each bicep, but you see this one here is like fairly normal looking, if not small, whereas this one is weird looking. So if I do this, so you can see each one slightly differently. That side, this one, there's like a little mini peak because that's where it tore, whereas this one, there's nothing there. I don't know if you'll be able to see with the shadows, but there is a difference in the biceps themselves. So this one usually fails fast because it's not attached up here. There's a hole inside of it, and this is the limiting factor. So I'll move the camera over there. I'll move you over there, so then you'll see what it looks like on this side when this arm's doing the curls as well. So you'll have seen that side, sort of front-ish view, and this side as well for the last set. Okay, last one. The other thing as well with this is, if I go a little bit over the RPE, it's not the end of the world. I'm trying to stick to the program, but this is not like squatting a max or something where it's going to have a significant impact on the power lifts and stuff. Right, let's go. Oh, that's getting hardy. Oh, that was not RP. Oh, that was not RP 8 or 7. That was definitely over. Arms feel definitely do feel more pumped than I said earlier, so that's good. Oh. That's the end. Need to put these plates away. I can talk nonsense whilst I do that like usual, or I could just turn it off and crack on with it. I might need a second. That's some gourmet curls right there. Don't know how they look, but I definitely am feeling it. If you're a bodybuilder, feel free to correct me. If your arms are smaller than mine, then feel free not to. I'm just kidding. Just because someone's bigger or smaller doesn't mean they know more or less. But I do think it helps to have some experience with things. Like, you should have at least done the thing yourself to a certain extent, or coached other people to do it. I feel like I can't straighten my arms properly now. It's like a tricep workout to do that. Something I noticed as well is that I'm going to say fairy rather than hairy. I can instantly look leaner just by shaving. Like, I don't know how much you'll be able to see on the camera, but like these veins and everything, they're the faint ones, which are much easier to see if I was to shave this. But the great thing about being so fairy is it's better for warmth in the winter. So when it gets warmer again, then everything will go. That's probably too much information. With that said, I'm going to tidy these weights away. Take care. Tomorrow's a day off from training, so just be cardio probably. And then I'll be lifting again on Saturday with some bench. So providing everything's fine here, I think I've got a single. So that'd be nice. So I'll just work up to that slow and steady. And then hopefully this will be the end of like the recovery, if you like. So thanks for watching, everyone. Take care.